If you've had a Kundalini awakening and you find yourself stuck in what feels like the same loops over and over again, so you experience a spiritual high, and then there's some kind of crash and confusion, and then back to the high, and then another crash and confusion, and you just feel like you keep cycling like that, and you really want to integrate the awakening and stabilize your energy field, then you're not alone. Today I'm going to talk about the 5 most common mistakes that I see people making that keep them stuck in these loops and cycles, as well as the common thread that brings them all together. And I don't really like to think of these so much as mistakes as diversions. Sometimes the soul needs to go through a loop for a little while and explore that option to see that that doesn't work in order to find the true path, the path that actually supports them. Before I go on, my name is Lisa Rachel Snyder. I'm a Kundalini master and the founder of the Kundalini Embodiment method, which is a path to energetic mastery through the process of Kundalini awakening to integrate your spiritual gifts into your daily life. And my Kundalini awakening blasted me open in 2015 on ayahuasca. I didn't have tools, I didn't have guidance. I got stuck in these loops for many years. And I worked my way out. And having worked my way out, I now guide others in the process of integrating their Kundalini awakening and coming into energetic mastery, where they learn to embody the energy so it becomes a part of them and it starts working for them and supporting their life. So the path of Kundalini awakening is not just a snake rising. That's more the initial activation process. When the energy stabilizes, you actually come into a coherent energy field where you feel safe, where you feel integrated, and you can actually influence the environment around you and support the environment to come into more coherence as well. The 5 most common mistakes people make during a Kundalini awakening. Mistake number 1, chasing the peak rather than stabilizing the base. When people go through the initial awakening, it can feel like a high, but it's not just an upward movement. If you keep moving the energy upward, then you destabilize, you stay out of your body, and actually the integration allows you to ground deeper into the body. So the energy is not just moving up, it's also moving down, it's moving sideways, it's moving all around. And the energy has an intelligence of its own. So when you learn to really trust it and allow it to move the way that it wants to move, it will guide you, because what it's doing is it's unlocking all of the stuck energies, everything that's been keeping you locked in old cycles, and it actually brings all of that up and integrates into your full body experience. And when it integrates and grounds, that's when you feel really safe and your nervous system can hold the energy and it becomes a part of your daily life. Mistake number 2, mistaking psychic gifts for spiritual maturity. When these channels unlock, you often experience a recognition of the astral realm, and a lot of gifts start coming online: channeling, light language, visions, clairvoyance, clairsentience, clairaudience, all the clairs start coming online. And this is wonderful and it's really fun to be playing in that realm. But if you're just playing in that realm and just chasing these spiritual highs, then you're missing the juicy part of the integration. And maybe it's not as fun to like move through the traumas and the distortions and the fears, but it's really in bringing the energy down, staying rooted in the body, staying connected to the earthy realm that actually is what supports you in living your life in a way that is enhanced by this Kundalini awakening process. So it's really important not to resist the denser energies, the denser emotions, the denser sensations, the wildness, the primal. All of that is also supported by the Kundalini awakening. And if you stay up in these upper realms and avoid facing these deeper, juicier experiences, then you're missing so many of the benefits of this process. Mistake number 3, overloading the system. Many people chase these activations, these spiritual highs, these ceremonies, these medicine journeys. But if you're constantly activating the energy without giving your system time to rest, to ground, to recuperate, there's so much happening when you go through these activations that your system needs time in order to actually digest and process it. Otherwise, you start spinning out, you start feeling confused, you become addicted to these spiritual highs because the crash is overwhelming because you haven't given your system a chance to really stabilize. And there might be a lot moving under the surface, and that's great, but just being with it in that stillness is really supportive. And if you're curious about a way to do this, I actually have a free practice in my Kundalini Mastery Starter Kit, which you can get at the link below. It's called the Kundalini Grounding Practice, and it's really supportive for letting this energy stabilize in your system in a way that feels safe. Mistake number 4, outsourcing authority. There are many different lineages of Kundalini, spiritual masters, gurus. It's really important at a point that you recognize that this is within you and you actually have all of the answers you need inside. There is a time and a place to have mentors and teachers. There are people who have already been through these experiences and they've anchored them in their body, and they can be very supportive in helping to mirror that for you so that you can find that anchoring for yourself. But if there's a subtle shadow there and they override your own knowing, this is a red flag, and it's really important to recognize that anyone outside of you does not know your own truth. And it's really important to come to a place that is self-sourced, that needs nothing from the outside. That's when you really stop being a seeker and become a master of your own energy. And this is something that I'm really passionate about supporting people in coming to for themselves. Mistake number 5, avoiding the mundane. Kundalini is a beautiful spiritual experience that can open up a lot of power, a lot of beauty. But if you're using it to stay in this realm of spiritual high, rather than working with it in a way where it supports your Monday mornings, your relationships, your finances, your kindness to the waiter who brings you your coffee, you're missing the point, because this energy is not just about having this awakening experience. It's about enhancing your everyday, boring daily life. As the stuck energies and the blockages and the fears and the traumas and all of these things start coming up, and you anchor this divinity more into your body, your whole life starts opening up as a result of that. And this is really the point of this awakening. It's bringing you into alignment with your truth, into your connection with God, into your purpose, your mission, and it supports you to experience true fulfillment in the everyday. All of these mistakes have one common through line, and that is this: resistance to reality as it is. It's not just about peak experiences. It's not just about the high. It's not just about the gifts and the mysticism and all these wonderful things that come online, and they're wonderful. But if you're not also working with this energy to come in a deeper connection with yourself, with the mundane, with the traumas, with the parts of your life that aren't as fun, that are harder to move through, then you're missing the full experience of it. And it's by allowing this energy to work with you through these deeper experiences, these more uncomfortable experiences, these more real, grounded experiences, that it actually transforms the experience of Kundalini from something that is disconnecting you and keeping you in this high to something that is actually grounded and supporting you to experience everyday fulfillment. And this isn't something that happens overnight. This is something that happens through devotion and allowing yourself to find the stillness, find the peace, find the joy that is always there underneath everything that you move through in your whole life. So this is the path of Kundalini embodiment in its fullness. It's not just the activation, it's the integration of the energy, bringing it into the body, bringing it into your lived experience, stabilizing your energy field, and living with true joy and fulfillment as a result. If this resonated with you, if you're curious to explore more of the full path of Kundalini awakening, then that's what I'm here for. And that's what this channel is about. So I invite you to like, subscribe, comment, share your experience. And if you'd like to go deeper, I have a free Kundalini Mastery starter kit at the link below. And this is a bundle of resources, tools to help you ground and integrate the awakening for yourself. Thank you so much for being here. Let's stay out of the loop and anchor into the true embodiment.